G'day everybody. Alibar Jones here. Welcome back. Good to see you in 2026. Happy New Year. And thanks for letting me have a couple of weeks off. It's good to be back. So somebody asked me this question and this was the answer I gave. It turns out I had like a whole spiel about it. And this isn't my specific expertise, but I studied economics, politics, and history for years. And these are the conclusions that I'm coming to. And the first concept that I need to share with you is something called a phoenix company, like a bird that gets burned and then rises from the ashes. And a phoenix company is a company that borrows lots of money. The owners take all the money away and put it away, and then burn the company. They set it on fire so that a new one can rise from the ashes. One of the company directors' children or wife or someone like that builds a new company that does exactly the same thing with exactly the same people. It's called a Phoenix Company, and it's about stealing money. And that's what they're doing with the world economy. That's the global economy. That's the plan. That's what they're about to do. The US has $37 trillion worth of debt, the interest payments on it. To who? That's a whole nother question. Are the second highest line item in the budget after the military. It's an unsustainable situation. And Elon Musk seems to think that 37 trillion was actually all because of theft. 37 trillion had been stolen from the government, and now it is insolvent or very close to insolvent. And so you've been watching them print money since the financial crisis of 2008. And just a little factoid I know you'd love to hear. The total debt of all mortgages was 6.4 trillion. And so what did Barack Obama do? The answer was to give the banks first 8 trillion and then another 10 trillion on that in about 3 months. So, if it made sense to you in any way, it doesn't make sense to me, unless they think that the economy is sacrificable. And so that's what they want to do. Now, you've been watching them print money ever since. They even tried to stop printing money in 2022. It didn't really work. And so now that the money printing's gotten out of control, and let's just remind you that the very first class of economics, they told me that you cannot print money to get out of a problem. And they demonized Zimbabwe for doing this a decade ago. So you figure out how hypocritical they really are. Hi, I'm Alibar Jones, leader and founder of the EarthGuard Astral Projection Group. If you've been looking to deepen your spiritual practice and to expand your operations and your capacity up there and knowing what's possible there, then this January course is for you. A lot of people come into this work because they're looking to heal, to find themselves, or for a deeper sense of purpose. And that's really what we're all about. This is perhaps the most powerful tool you'll have to create peace in yourself and impact in the world outside you. What we do from day one is teach you how to make a stable exit from the body, and when you're out there on the astral planes, how to stay safe and protected, and how to bring that experience back home. This is not just a beginner's course, it goes a long, long way. So a lot of other trainings will teach you how to exit the body, but this training will not only teach you that, it'll teach you what to do when you get out there. Things about defense and navigation and good ideas, bad ideas, what kind of beings you're going to meet out there, what kind of places you could end up, and all sorts of safety measures that go along with that. Enrollment for the January course is open now. So if you're feeling the pull for this, come and join us. We'd love to have you on board. Spots are limited, so click on the link now, and we hope to see you there. Thanks heaps. Bye. But the idea is that they will burn the US dollar. The US dollar will cease to exist as we know it, right? And by doing that, they will eliminate their 37 trillion in debt. But during that Phoenix Company process where they burn the whole world economy, like they have to steal from somebody to cover the debts that they've created. And that somebody is you. But the really important part to know is that with every shake-up like this, there are definitely winners and definitely losers. And people who are holding currency or stocks or bonds or any other common financial instrument are going to be in lots and lots of trouble. It will go to zero, it'll be worthless. However, what you might want to do, there are two currencies that, or two financial instruments that will retain and massively increase in value in 2026. And those two are bullion, be they gold, silver, or platinum. And the other one is cryptocurrency. I'm not an expert in cryptocurrency. I got a thumb in the pie, but there's about 30 cryptos that the Illuminati love, and they're the ones at the top of the food chain, and they're the ones responsible for about 70 to 80% of the value of all crypto. All the money in all crypto is for the 30 that they like. So as we're about to go through this transition, there's only two things to hold, right? One is gold or silver, and the other one is cryptocurrency. Now, those two currencies have very different purposes. You see, cryptocurrency will be used in the new economy because they can control it. With hopefully they can get AI to be good enough and strong enough to perform all the tasks they need it to in order to control you completely through your money. It looks, if they can get the tech right, it looks like it'll work. So if you want to be controlled, if you want to enter the control grid, then by all means, get into cryptocurrency. However, on the other side of it, another economy will be born because I'm estimating about 30% of people, 40% of people in the West do not want a digital ID and do not want to enter into the digital economy or the new the Phoenix company that will be the digital economy. Because in a digital economy, you can just create all of the money you need. Anyway, they're going to cheat like you wouldn't believe. In 1971, when they decoupled the dollar from the gold standard, all of the world came together, had a big meeting about how it was going to be. And then within 2 days, the US was printing off more money than it was supposed to. It was already cheating immediately. So don't expect anything different here. Now, there is one more factor in this game because I've been talking exclusively about the US, and now it's time to talk about BRICS. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know who's going to come out on top. Uh, the expectation is that the Chinese empire will surpass the American empire. There's been lots of studies about empires and the transition between empires and the lifespan of empires. And everybody seems to think that the Yanks are cooked, that it's over for them and they're going to become a fading power from here forward. If that happens, that would be the biggest disaster that we could possibly imagine. You see, China is a police state. It always has been, always will be. I lived in China for a while and I speak Mandarin. And my experience is that it's not a fun place to live. There's lots and lots of reasons why the Chinese mindset would make the entire world a police state. The Chinese mindset could create a 1984 situation. And we're all very afraid of that. But the thing is, it's so expensive and so unwieldy to maintain that, to create it, to do it, to use it, that the expectation is that they will fail to implement it. And that's if non-physical forces are not deployed, and I sure as fuck will be deploying them. Because and cheating them at their own game. Now, I've crossed swords with a three-letter organization, Astral Projectors, and I'm still here. And so I have every expectation I'll be able to do the same thing with the Chinese. And again, if the Chinese central bank digital currency will be no different from cryptocurrency or mildly different, but it will have a social credit score attached to it, which is, loyalty or expulsion, loyalty or excommunication from society. And so what we're doing is excommunicating ourselves from society before it collapses and making an independent situation out of that. And, it won't be hard for you to do it either. Or more or less difficult for you to do it. But yeah, you can't hang around and be part of that sort of jazz. But in that situation where the Chinese take over global leadership, the statements are, and they're supported as part of the BRICS, so they're regulated by a number of other uh, they're regulated by a number of other powers, and so uh, and part of that deal is the high value of gold and silver in those markets. So again, gold and silver will be your friend. Um, but if you want to keep your wealth out of the digital system, my suggestion is to buy bullion. And there will be in all rural land or land you can farm, because that one's going to be really important for the next, well, 5 to 10 years. Now, our projections are that the global population will reduce to about 25% of what it is now. And being part of the digital economy is the opposite of guaranteeing your safety. I think it'll actually be, anyway, I won't spend all day on that. There are other researchers and there are other commentators who have more to say on the topic, better research, and they're more eloquent about it. But yeah, don't do that. Yeah, and we've met the AI, the galactic AI that is trying to embed itself in our world, and you don't want to be its friend. It has no friends, and it will just suck the life force out of you. That's what it does. That's what it's done on many planets, and it will do it here. What we're hoping, or what we expect to happen, is that there will be two economies, that the world will split in that direction, in that way. And those with gold and silver will have the ready currency. And those who have those currencies will be in a far superior position moving forward in the next few years. They do expect to have digital money in effect by 2027. So it's this year, this is it. All the chips are on the table, all the stakes are here. And I, for one, am very enheartened to see people on the streets of, 2/3 of the countries in Europe. Like, it's kind of crazy. You pick a country in Europe and you go, who hasn't been rioting? Who's been following the digital pathway and has not had people rioting? Who's been following the immigration pathway and has not had people rioting? So it's going to get interesting. It's going to get fun, but yeah, watch out, because what you'll see is, if you're not ahead of the game, then your wealth will potentially just vanish in front of you. But that's up to you what you want to do. That's my 2 cents. That's the economy they're planning for. It's just a Phoenix Company event where they steal all of the money that they've taken over the years, and then lock in the new company, or the new method of running the world will be a control grid where they get to steal forevermore, because that's what they love to do. So if you don't want to be part of that, my suggestion is to buy bullion. If you do want to be part of that and you want to be in a superior position in there, get some crypto. That's my 2 cents on that, and I hope it's of help to you. Thank you. Bye for now.